Welcome to the final installment of our Christmas cookie boxes, where we are going to bake and box all of the cookies over the next 48 hours. It's a little after lunch here on Monday, and I've already gone ahead and I've prepped the two last doughs that I needed to make, which were the sugar cookies and the Linzer cookies. Those are my priority today. I'll bake off some other stuff as well, but those cookies need to completely cool for tomorrow so they can be frosted and filled. So the goal is to roll those out and get those baking starting now. And then I have one more batch of molasses cookies that I need to make, but that'll be easy. I'll make it either tonight or I'll make it tomorrow while I'm just running things in and out of the oven. I have had to work a little bit on and off, as you saw. I had 9 days of vacation that I had to use. And I actually had 12, but 3 will roll over to next year. But the 9 days, it's like free money. So the agreement was I could take those off during this very busy season. As you know, we work in ministry, so Christmas is really busy for us. And then we host a very large conference for 18 to 25-year-olds at the beginning of January. So it's like a very busy season on our team. And the agreement was I could take the days off if I could be available. Balancing work as well. So let's go. So glad you're here. Now that the majority of the baking is done, or well, dough prepping is done, I'm gonna clean this space up so we can transform it into just total cookie baking and rolling chaos. I'm starting to work on the Linzer cookies here, and these are always interesting because honestly, if you have the ability, you should just make a ton of dough and not keep re-rolling dough, putting all the scraps together and re-rolling it out, because they shrink. The more you've worked with them, as they get tougher, they shrink. And so the bases end up being typically bigger than the rounds, and it's just something to consider when working with this dough, and it's really important to get it even. And maybe you've noticed already, or I don't even know if I've shown it yet, but I'm constantly baking for half the time and then rotating the trays. My oven is a gas oven, it has hot spots, it doesn't bake evenly. So in order to get the best product, I'm always rotating trays around the oven. It makes it really tedious, but it makes everything turn out pretty well. still working on the Linzer cookies. I've got all of their backs right here, and I'm working on the fronts now. This is all of our sugar cookies. I immediately burned some cookies when I was doing this, but that's a good sign, right? Because then, then I won't burn any more cookies. So, got the burning of cookies out of the way. Baked off the rest of the Neapolitan that I needed. So, sugar cookies are ready to be iced tomorrow. These are gonna cool, and we'll dip them in chocolate tomorrow with the rest. I'm gonna have to make more Linzer cookie dough. I don't have enough, which is such a bummer, but it's okay. I'll just need to make one more batch along with another batch of molasses cookies tonight. So while I finish moving things in and out of the oven, I am going to clean up this mess because Bryson went to go get the girls. So they're gonna be home soon and I need to be ready to make dinner. Y'all, this industrial roll of saran wrap is from Costco, and it has this little bar that comes that you can stick on the top to help you slice the saran wrap, and it kept falling off. So I super glued it, and it has been amazing ever since. 10 out of 10 would recommend this with a little bit of super glue, and it is the best saran wrap. Y'all, I'm so tired. I had a call tonight from 7:30 and it ran until about 8:45 talking about one of the roles that I'm playing in this conference that we're putting on that I mentioned at the beginning of the video. And so I was like baking in the middle of that, and the kids were home, and I set the fire alarms off and the kids were sleeping, and it was just like chaos. So I didn't film a lot of that, sorry. I'll show you kind of like where I'm at. But I'm done for tonight. My sweet husband cleaned the kitchen. I'm about to pull all the stuff out of the freezer that needs to be thawing. And then I'm gonna go to bed and get up early and take care of all of this in the morning. And yes, I did get new glasses. Thank you for noticing. They came in the mail while we were eating dinner. Okay, let me show you where I'm at, and then I will show you, I won't show you anything else. I'll see you in the morning. Let's go look at what we're doing. This is as far as I've gotten today. So I went ahead and I made another batch of molasses cookies. So I baked those off. Those are the ones that I burnt that set off the fire alarm. So I'm gonna package these up so that they are safe. They're cool now. I went ahead and baked off the rest of the Neapolitan cookies. The rest are in the freezer and they've been baked. We've got all of our sugar cookie trees. And then here are the components for the Linzer cookie. I baked off, I had to make another batch of dough tonight when the kids were home. So I went ahead and did that. This is like right at 90, so nothing can really go wrong with these. And then, so this was really like the hardest part was today. I mean, the rolling and the cutting is just so inconvenient. Of course, I still have to frost those, which will be inconvenient, but pretty much everything else is just like churning things in and out of the oven. These need to be dipped in chocolate. These need to be powder sugared and filled, but all of that is really easy to do while I'm churning things in and out of the oven. Like no more dough needs to be made, nothing like that. So I am going to package these up. I have to move everything from this side of my freezer to this side of my fridge. If it needs to be, some doughs will be baked directly from the freezer. And yeah, so I'm gonna take care of that, and then I'm gonna go to bed, and I will see you in the morning. Reheated coffee, mother's best friend. Obviously I got the whole family out the door. I'm also making yogurt right now because my kids really need breakfast, and I've been putting off making yogurt because it's a process and my dog is sniffing. Anyways, yogurt, I'm making yogurt, I'm finishing that up. and I don't even know. What am I gonna do? I'm just gonna get started baking cookies. I'm gonna just start, I think I'm gonna go ahead and just start getting things in and out of the oven, probably start with the chocolate chip cookies, and then go ahead and work on making the royal icing for the sugar cookies. I need to just like clean and sanitize our dining room table and get that set up because that's where I'm gonna put most of the cookies and do a lot of, let's do it. Yes, I did put on a crackling fireplace so I can get in the mood to bake cookies all day. I am always multitasking on this day, so here I am just making that royal icing for the first time really ever I've used this recipe, and then rotating things in and out of the oven, taking them out, rotating sheets that are baking, and just kind of trying to keep constant movement. I'm always so dang tired by the end of these days. So, one thing that I do, it's just a bad habit, is I move too fast and then I like mess up what I've done. So I think I do it here. Like I just like slam the tray down and the balls that I've just placed perfectly go flying everywhere. And so I just have to remind myself constantly to slow down, to take a breath. I'm not in a hurry. I'm doing this for fun, in order to not mess up what I've created. I was just so encouraged with the process of these cookies. It's the first time I've ever done them this detailed, and I was just really encouraged that I could do it, that I was capable. I'll talk more about it, I think, in a minute in the video, but I'm kind of proud that I was able to get these as cute as I was, and I think I want to try it with more and different types of cookies in the future. So that's something that's really fun about doing this for other people, is I get to learn some really cool and encouraging things along the way. I have one pan of chocolate chip in the oven, but the majority of the chocolate chip are done. Fire going strong. And then I have iced all of these cookies. So I'm gonna let these dry, and then I'm gonna go back with some white frosting and make little strings of lights. Hopefully. That may be way too advanced for me, but I think I can do it. So we're gonna let these dry. I'm glad this is done. I have a meeting that I need to be at, even though I'm off today, at 10, so that's in half an hour. So I'm gonna let these pause until after that meeting. And then the next big thing that I need to do is I need to powdered sugar all of these rings. And then those need to be dipped in chocolate, but like that's it. So feeling hopeful about where I am at so far. Here I am having to go back and forth between my work computer and my home computer. On my home computer, I'm designing the cookie list, which I'll show you later, and on my work computer, I'm just trying to keep up with everything that is going on, but it worked out great, and I got everything done. For molasses cookies, what really makes them come alive is rolling them in sugar and then dotting the top with water. I'm not sure what happens within the chemistry of the sugar, but it just makes the crackly, crispy top so good. So highly suggest you do this with gingerbread or molasses cookies in the future. Whew, y'all, I am getting tired. I've been at it for hours. Let me just give you a little update of what I'm doing, and then I'm going to continue doing it. I'm going to make myself a coffee because I am getting so sleepy. This is just getting to be a lot, but I'm in a pretty good place. Most of the doughs are baked. I'm about to finish up the molasses, and then after that, I'm going to do the double chocolate. So they're supposed to be double chocolate espresso cookies. You should make them as double chocolate espresso cookies. They're so good. I had an issue at home where I thought I had espresso powder and I didn't, so I wasn't able to make them double chocolate espresso. But recently, at our team Christmas party, we had a white elephant and I got some flaky sea salt, some Malden, which is so good. This is such good stuff, but it's not in our budget because it's expensive. So I used to work at a bakery that did a double chocolate sea salt cookie. So I'm going to do a version of that. So I'm going to take the double chocolate dough and I'm just going to sprinkle it with some sea salt on top and then bake them. And then I'm going to start dipping the Neapolitan cookies in a little bit of melted chocolate with a tiny bit of oil in it to just make it really smooth. So that is what I'm working on now. So I cleared off this space. I have cookies kind of living everywhere. The last thing I need to do is my snickerdoodles. So I mixed together some cinnamon and sugar. The recipe that I use does not call for a high level of cinnamon in this, but I like the color that the cinnamon brings. So I do almost like half and half, if not a little bit more cinnamon when it comes to rolling snickerdoodles. The cookies are finishing up, the double chocolate are finishing up. I've got the last bit of those in the oven right now. I'm about to lay out these Linzer tops all right here. I'm going to clean this off, lay down some parchment, and then I'm going to dust them all with powdered sugar, and then I'm going to start the filling process of those while I'm finishing the snickerdoodles. And it's only like 2 o'clock, so there's a good chance I'm totally done with this and like boxing things by the time my kids get home, which would be so good. I am done baking. I'm gonna put all of this away, or let it cool, and then charge my phone because she's dying. And then I'm gonna build some boxes. I'm gonna clean up all of this mess too. I wash and reuse my bags, you should too. Okay, gonna charge the phone. I'll see you in a little bit. Here is the final table before we start boxing everything up. Here are all the cookies. The kids are now home with us, and so it'll be interesting trying to keep their hands off of it, but I think we're gonna maybe put a show on for them and start boxing everything up before we have dinner. So, final tablescape. Packed up. These boxes are people that I will not see tomorrow, so I'll give them out over the next couple of days. These boxes are for our neighbors, so we'll deliver them tomorrow night. This is all the excess that we have. This will just go in the team kitchen, and then this is everything that we're taking. Tomorrow we have these 3 crates of boxes, and then we have this bag is filled with boxes. These down here are team boxes, so they're really heavy. I'm not going to put them in anything. And then, yeah, this is what we'll get out tomorrow, and that will be... Why is he so weird? And why is it so funny? Okay, anyways, this is everything we will get out tomorrow. So I am going to shower, and then I am going to go to bed. Time for some B-roll of us giving them out. And with that, 2023 Christmas cookie boxes are done. Thank you if you've been baking along with me for the last 3 weeks, and thank you for your views. If you're new around here, please consider liking and subscribing. It really helps me, it really helps my family, and I can't wait to be with you again in the new year. But until then, bye-bye and Merry Christmas.